We need to have a serious conversation about Jeremy Lefebvre, financial education, and the stocks that he continues to talk about, as well as his investment philosophy, because I think that kind of breaking it down and digging into it will kind of help you guys better for the future and help you guys better become better investors. Okay. So let's go ahead and get right into this video. First off, one thing I want to say is I don't think Jeremy is as horrible as everybody else. Let me say this. I think Jeremy gives good general stock information. I really do think that he does. But I think his overall message and teaching and how he's going about specifically when it comes to his actual investment strategy is not a good one. And in this video, I am going to break down why. And I am going to just give a little bit of constructive criticism because I really want you guys to win. And I hate to say it, but judge people by their results. Now, I'm not saying I'm a genius because I'm not, but all I'm saying is in 2021 during the bull market, I bought Tesla, Google, not Google, I'm sorry. I bought Tesla, AMD when it was cheap, like $70, $80, Apple, Microsoft, and my index funds. And that carried me very, very well in 2021. Now, if you compare that to his stocks, most of his stocks have gone the complete opposite direction. And so I just wanted to give some feedback from somebody who's had a pretty good investing year during this bull market so far. And I just kind of wanted to talk about why not only do I not agree with his investment strategy, but I think it's going to hurt a lot of investors. And so let's just go ahead and get right into it, right? So Jeremy's philosophy, right? Keep in mind, he was talking about buying all these stocks like Tattooed Chef and Smile Direct Club and Honest Company pretty much at the highs, at the height of the bull market, he was saying to buy it. And if you just look at his timeline, you'll just see video after video of him saying, I'm buying with the dip. I'm putting $50,000 into here, $25,000 here. He continuously buys the dip. And I think one thing you guys have to be careful of is you got to make sure you apply the principles correctly. A lot of people like to use Warren Buffett's quotes and principles with crappy stocks, and it just doesn't work. If you're investing in a bad company that just doesn't look promising or is very risky, you're not supposed to continue to buy the dip and buy the dip. I mean, you're literally going to buy the dang thing until bankruptcy. Like, it's just not a good idea. So I think that investment strategy applies for my stocks. I think when it comes to Apple, Google, Microsoft stocks that are never going to disappear anytime soon, I think that strategy works where you buy the dip if it keeps dipping. Like if Apple, Microsoft, and AMD and all that keeps dipping, I would go crazy buying the dip. I would be like him. I'd be $25,000 and I'd do the same thing. But what worries me so much about Jeremy is, in my opinion, he's doing that with the wrong stocks. And if you just look at his portfolio and you look at the studies on the stock market, they show you that most individual stocks do not do well. If you look at the entire stock market and all the individual companies in there, most of them do not do well. And the ones that certainly don't do well are usually the penny stocks and the growth stocks and the small cap stocks. Those are always the riskiest ones. And what bothers me and worries me about Jeremy's portfolio is he literally has a ton of risky stocks and the odds are just not on his side. The odds are actually against him. The odds show that he is more than likely going to significantly underperform the market going forward. And he's also going to lose a crap ton of money, which he already has because he's shown it. He's shown that he's lost like $1 million already investing in the stocks. And so what I want to say is, I know some of his stocks, he's added some new things. I saw he put PayPal in there now, and I think he put Amazon, something like that. And obviously Tesla. But for the most part, his core stocks, Tattooed Chef, Honest Company, Smile Direct Club, Corsair Gaming, very good food company, right? Does he still own that one? He's got a lot of risky stocks, and I think that's going to hurt people. You're not supposed to have a portfolio with that many risky stocks in it. That is extremely dangerous. The odds are not on your side to make money. You have an extremely risky portfolio, and the odds are most of those stocks are going to fail. So here's what I honestly think. Out of all those growth stocks that Jeremy has in his portfolio, are one or two of them going to make it? Probably. Yeah, there's probably going to be one or two that is probably going to do okay. I'm not saying it's going to 10x because I don't think that. But I think there's one or two that might 2x or 3x or might actually end up being a pretty solid company. If you want my honest opinion, I don't think any of those companies are going to be the next Apple, Amazon, Tesla, none of that. I do not see it. I just don't. Fundamentals don't line up. Management's not that great. when I look at all of those companies, I don't see them as having one of the smartest people in the world. So let me explain something, right? I was an early Tesla investor. Now, I'm not making it seem like I made all this money, because back in that day, I was a broke college student. I bought Tesla stock starting in 2017, and I didn't have much money, but I bought the stock. And I knew then and there that Elon Musk was one of the smartest, most brilliant people in the entire world. I knew it right then and there. I knew it at the very beginning. And that's why I bought the company. And those are really the type of stocks that I like to buy. You know, one reason why I own Apple, Tim Cook. You know, some of the reasons why I own some of my other stocks is because I just think that they have some of these most brilliant people in the world running those companies. I did thorough research on Corsair Gaming, Tattooed Chef, Smile Direct Club, The Honest Company. I even have videos of some of those stocks. Their management just isn't the smartest people in the world. I just don't see it. They're not brilliant. They're smart. They're not dumb. They're smart. They're great. They're good in their own right, but they're not brilliant. And for me, I just think that that makes it even more risky. And then when you got companies like Tattooed Chef that have all of these accounting issues, which is very unprofessional, you know, they're already in the food business. And even though they're growing, the profit's not really showing. Like, here's my problem with Tattooed Chef, right? They're opening all these stores. Like, they're getting their product in all these stores, but it's not showing up in the income statement. It's not showing up in the profit. And I'm not understanding why. It's so bizarre how management has failed to execute. And that's just my worry with Jeremy. You know, I'm really trying to tell you guys, more than likely, you're not going to outperform the market. More than likely, like, very slim that you're going to outperform the market. Now, you may have 1 or 2 good years, but I'm talking over a 5, 10, 20-year period. It is very, very unlikely that any of us are going to outperform the market. It's almost impossible that any of us are going to outperform the market in that time period, which is why I say stick to the top holdings in the index funds, Microsoft, Apple, you know, and buy index funds. Like, that's the best thing you can do. You're almost guaranteed money. If you buy a good index fund, you just hold it for years, you're almost guaranteed to make money. Like, seriously, like, look at the all time, like, you guys get it. So what scares me so much about Jeremy is most of his portfolio. Now, I know he says his public portfolio and he has a private portfolio, whatever. The portfolio that he shows is extremely risky and is extremely worrisome. And in my personal opinion, I just don't think that's a smart way to invest. I really don't see him outperforming the market. I see him significantly underperforming the market. You've just got too many risky stocks. You can't have all of those risky growth stocks, which most of them have already become penny stocks now. You know, when he bought Tattooed Chef, what was it, $25? It's a $10 stock now. It'll be a penny stock before you know it. Honest Company was in the teens, I think, right? Honest Company's a penny stock. Smile Direct Club's a penny stock. I guess Corsair's holding up a little bit, but, you know, just no. You know, and I can't remember the other companies he had right now, but he had so many other weird, you know, stocks. He's got some very unique. Oh, Voyager Digital. There you go. That's another one. Another bad company. Voyager Digital was in the teens, and now it's a penny stock. So you guys got to look at it now. Now, Jeremy has 3 penny stocks in his portfolio, right? Honest Company, Voyager Digital, right? Smile Direct Club is a penny stock, right? Let me fact check myself. I believe Smile Direct Club is a penny stock. And then Tattooed Chef is making its way to a penny stock. So you're telling me most of the holdings, yeah, I'm correct. Smile Direct Club is a penny stock. Smile Direct Club used to be in the teens too. In 2021, Smile Direct Club was in the teens. It was at about $11, it looks like. Yeah, about $11, $13. And now all these stocks are penny stocks. So now Jeremy's got all these stocks as penny stocks. And I'm telling you guys, I really hate to be that person. I'm trying to be nicer and just stick to the criticism of these YouTubers' actual like message, you know. But if I could just be honest with you, I mean, obviously I wish Jeremy the best. I don't want him to lose all his money. But if you want my honest opinion, I just don't see it working well for him. How could you expect a guy with freaking 4 penny stocks in your portfolio? Smile Direct Club, Honest Company, Voyager Digital, and Tattooed Chef soon to be. How can you expect 4 penny stocks in your portfolio to do well? Go Google right now the odds of somebody with a penny stock portfolio making a bunch of money. Go Google it. They are extremely slim. You probably have a better chance of getting struck by lightning inside your house than making a bunch of money with 4 penny stocks in your portfolio. Like, I just don't get it. You know, and I just feel like this is extremely important to talk about because, like I said, God bless the guy. Obviously, some of his videos are fine, like the general videos where he's like stock market for beginners. I do like those videos. Those are cool. It's great that he's doing that. It's great that he's had his channel as long as he has. But I'm sorry, his current portfolio is going to get a lot of people wrecked. And unfortunately, there are a lot of people coming in my comments that are defending those stocks. And it's just so scary because it's like, those are stocks that even if I owned it, they make up less than 5% of my portfolio. But I've seen people saying things like, I've got $20,000 in here. I've got 30. Like, you guys are going to get wrecked. I'm sorry. And the sad thing is a lot of people think just because these stocks are down so much, they're going to eventually come back up. Now, will there be a growth rally? Yes, there will be a rotation back into growth. But will you see some of these stocks ever go even close to the prices they were at one point? No, you will not. So could freaking some of these stocks go up a few dollars? Yes, it can happen. But unless the fundamentals come in and back it up, which right now it is highly unlikely that Voyager Digital, Honest Company, Tattooed Chef, and Smile Direct Club are all going to magically become a good fundamental company when they've literally spent the last few years being horrible companies fundamentally. We just happen to be in the bubble. Do you see what I'm saying? So how do you expect companies that are just bad fundamental companies to all of a sudden just go back to where you think they belong when the fundamentals don't back it up? You see what I'm saying? So my overall message is, it's not even don't listen to these YouTubers anymore. It's just for the people who believe in Jeremy and are holding these stocks. I really would say you should really question that portfolio and you should fix it. Because I can tell you right now, I think my portfolio is going to destroy his. And my portfolio is slow, old, and boring. And I don't care. My portfolio is VOO Index Fund, Apple, Google, Tesla, Microsoft, AMD, Costco, Bank of America. You know, I've got some happy stocks. You know, some I can't even think of the word, risky stocks, I guess you would call it. Exciting stocks. There you go. I've got some exciting stocks in my portfolio, but they don't make up a huge amount because at the end of the day, if you have a little bit of money in the market, yes, an 8% return isn't going to be a lot. But if you got $100,000 or $1 million, an 8, 9, 10% return on $1 million ain't bad. On $100,000 ain't bad. So if you build your money up and you get a nice return on a certain amount of money, I'll take that all day over having a portfolio that is pretty much guaranteed to go down 50%, which most of these stocks have. I have Salesforce in my portfolio. That was a good buy. Pepsi's in my portfolio. Just being transparent here. Visa is in my portfolio. As you guys can see, I'm tech heavy. MGM is in my portfolio. Alibaba's in my portfolio. Nvidia's in my portfolio. Wells Fargo is in my portfolio. And this is just one of my portfolios. I got to look at my retirement accounts and Fidelity. But anyway, you guys get the point. I hope this video was helpful because I just wanted to be honest here. Like, I can't explain it enough. I promise you I am not a hater. I'm just telling you guys what I know. I'm not an expert, but I have been investing in stocks since 2017. Like, I mean, I wasn't like, you know, I'm not claiming to be a guru. OK, when I started in college, I had no idea what I was doing. OK, but it was great learning for me for now to get to this level and kind of understand what happened. Because don't get me wrong, when I started back in the day, I got smoked too when I messed around with penny stocks and stuff. And that's how I learned. And I just want to show you guys so you guys don't make the same mistake, because I see what's going on with Jeremy. And I'm like, holy cow, man. Like, what bothers me is he keeps making videos saying he's buying the dip more in these stocks. And it's like, I don't know if this dude just doesn't get it, or if he just really believes that all these stocks are going to make a comeback. Like, it would make sense to me. Honestly, it would make sense to me if he picked one of those stocks. If he said, you know what, guys, I was wrong. I'm sorry. Now that all these stocks have went from the teens, the 20s to being a penny stock, I am going to tell you guys the truth. I was wrong. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to focus on one of those risky stocks, and I'm going to pick the one that I like the most, which is probably Tattooed Chef. And if I were Jeremy, I would say, I'm selling out of Smile Direct Club. I'm selling Honest Company. I'm selling whatever and Voyager Digital, because at the end of the day, I was wrong. And what I would say is I am just going to focus on Tattooed Chef. And the reason why I am focusing on Tattooed Chef is because that's the one risky company that I believe in. And the odds are not in my favor that every single risky stock I talked about is going to do well. So I'm only going to pick one. That would make a lot more sense than instead of saying I'm not going to put my pride to the side And I'm going to be prideful, and I'm just going to stick with all of these companies that have come down so much, because I can tell you guys right now, there were some companies that I bought that I had to cut losses in. I just had to admit that I was wrong. Sometimes you just have to do that, okay? There were some companies in 2021 where I'm just like, I really had high hopes for these companies, but they just kept going down and down and down. And then when I looked at the fundamentals looked bad. And I'll give you guys one example. PayPal is a great example of that. I had PayPal, and it kept going down and down and down. The earnings kept getting worse and worse and worse. There was always something with management. I'm like, okay, I just got to admit that I'm wrong and get out the dang stock. And that's what these YouTubers need to do more of. Like, it's okay. But don't let your followers completely go down with the ship, you know? And also, teach them the right way to invest, please. Don't have them having all these dang growth stocks in your portfolio, number one. Number two, I say this all the time. I get it. I do have a decent amount of stocks in my portfolio. I'm not going to lie. But you're really not supposed to have 15, 20, 30 stocks in your portfolio. You're really not. You know, and if you are, at least make them make up a tiny position so you could at least protect your money. But I think I've been ranting long enough. So I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say, because it really gets frustrating seeing this foolishness. But there you guys have it. That'll go and conclude today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one.